and good evening. I think we're live. Welcome to the Traffic Report promo for our special event. Trying to get Catherine in here for a moment. So let a few people show up. What this is about, I'm sure all of you know. Let me just bring this up real quick here. No, let's try that again. Application window. All right, that's what this is about. Gabe Hoffman and Matt Valentinas initiated this petition to appoint a presidential commission on child sex abuse in America. Long overdue. We're starting to get some traction, but we've got till the 23rd of March, so we don't have a lot of time. And let me see if I can get Catherine in here. So at any rate, we wanted to do something to help their efforts, and what we've decided to do, it's kind of a marathon, a telethon, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be awake from 8 a.m. Wednesday till 8 a.m. Friday, and we're going to be on YouTube Live for 48 hours. I haven't been up for 48 hours since I worked here. So I'm pretty sure I can do it. And we used to fight fires and run medical calls during that time. So sitting in this chair shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, we're gonna be on the air for 48 hours continuously on Wednesday. Part of that 48 hours will be the show, or the Traffic Report show. Catherine and Howie will be doing that segment, and I'll probably be stretching and eating and doing something rather than sitting here. So it's a big event. It's a special event. We're not asking for any donations. We don't have a PayPal account. We're asking for you to get involved and get this petition out there. It seems that social media, Facebook and Twitter, are messing with people's attempts to tweet this out, tweet the links, get circulation. So unless they take us off live, which they could do, and we can always go on Facebook Live and Periscope if we have to, but we intend to be on the air for 48 hours asking for your signatures and asking you to email this petition to people, asking you to tweet it out, asking you to put it out on Facebook, sign it yourself, talk to everybody that you know, because we have until the 23rd to get 100,000 signatures. If we do that, that forces a response from the White House. And, you know, I'm thinking between the executive orders that Trump has already put out regarding child trafficking and the seizure of assets of any companies involved in child trafficking, those are two huge executive orders. Actually, a state of emergency has been declared. Let's see, Catherine's trying to get in here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back to this. Let's see. We'll go back to the. Hold on for 1 second. I think it's just me again. It says you added me. No, I haven't added you yet. Oh, there you are.
I got it.
Oh, welcome.
I got it.
Welcome. So,
hey, John, what's going on?
Well, I just, when I saw the date on that petition, the 23rd of March, we don't have a lot of time, and it's time to shit or get off the pot, basically. And it's
Yeah.
go ahead.
Allowing a from
You're breaking up a little bit, Catherine. No, you're breaking up a lot. I didn't hear any of that. You still there, Catherine?
Okay.
That's better.
Is that better?
It was for a second, but you're
You
kind
hear
of,
me fine now?
yeah, this second I do.
Heck. And two. Huh.
Yeah, your audio is coming and going.
Is it better now?
Like I said, go ahead and talk for a little bit, and I'll tell you. Good.
Well, taking everything off.
Now the audio's
on my phone as the headphones.
Say that again. I'm getting like every other word.
You didn't hear me?
No, I think it's your either your internet or.
I know.
Yeah, your
like
audio.
From your.
Now your audio is not coming through at all. I'm getting like a word here, a word there.
And I'm gonna see what I.
Okay. I'll be here. We'll work it out. So Catherine is working on our audio. We heard the dog bark. So at any rate, this is going to be our special event. We're going to be on for 48 hours live. I'll be awake for 48 hours. So you'll get to see me deteriorate before your very eyes into madness by Friday. But hopefully enough people will watch and enough people will share that, and we'll bring enough awareness, because right now we're standing at, I think today we got about 30 signatures, which is ridiculous. And when you look, I'm just going to go to this this site. When you see the amount of signatures that have been gotten, I'm going to show these to you right now. So there's the important petition. Okay, as of right now, we're getting 5,042 signatures. Let me show you some of the other petitions that have gotten hundreds of thousands of well, let's just say this one, for example. I guess a bunch of people were very concerned about the president's financial assets, and they put out this petition in January of 2017 for President Trump to divest his financial holdings and put them in a blind trust. This petition got 358,000. Let me say that again: 358,000 signatures. Okay. So let's do another one here. Let's see, because I was looking through these today, and it was just well, here's one. Somebody wanted to repeal the National Firearms Act of 1934, which may be a good idea. They got 286 signatures on that petition. Okay. And this petition, and Matt and Gabe have been tweeting out about this. There have been Hollywood stars, Roseanne Arquette, several other ones, Stanley Kubrick's, Vivian Kubrick supporting it, and quite a few other big names. And we got 5,000 signatures, and it is possible. I called the White House the other day just to let them know that we're watching the tallies, and I would hope that the fix isn't in with the the petition website, but I don't know. I really feel like, people are not bothering. They're on Twitter, they're tweeting all day about this issue. They're on Facebook talking about it. But I just really wonder how many have actually taken the time to sign this and tweet it out and email it to their friends, and so we'll see. And we really have no way of knowing how this is going to go. Let me see here. Just leaving that up. I'm going to go back to the want to go back to the important one. And yeah, net neutrality, they're really upset about that. But this is the one. And you can go to petitions, whitehouse.gov, and find this. We've been having some problems with the links on Twitter. I post a link to this, and it gives a 404 error. So if that happens to you, just go down, hit petitions, and you can find this petition. It's very easy to find. Sign it. There are little buttons down here: Facebook, email, Twitter. So from this website, you can email this out to all your contacts. You can tweet it out. You can post it on Facebook. So we would encourage you to do that. Let me just check our chat room here. Hold on. See if anybody's in there. I don't want to ignore you if you're in there. Let's see. Let's go back to the dashboard. Still learning. Okay. Still learning this. So I have to pause that so I don't get feedback. Oh yeah, and go back to that because that's what we're. Let me just come back to me here. Well, Catherine's gone from now. It says you added me. How do I add the voice? Let me send her another invite. Forgive me for my computer skills. Yeah, that just couldn't bring that up. That was just too easy. All right, Catherine, I sent you another invite, and we'll try you again. So at any rate, let me just slide over here for a minute. Ah, Mark's giant teeth is here. Hi, Mark's giant teeth. I'm glad somebody's here. So we'll see. We're hoping that it's not too late to get 100,000 signatures. With all the people that follow the show on Twitter, that follow us on Facebook. It's not too late. So we're going to do everything in our power to get these signatures, and that's all we can do. And if this petition doesn't meet the 100,000, we can have another petition. But I think there is nothing that's needed more than federal oversight of this problem and looking into it. There's Catherine. She popped up again. You there? Can you?
I made it.
You're back.
Let's explain that you gave me like 10 minutes notice to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
We know that Catherine is technologically challenged. She's like the poster child for special needs. But
Okay. And
anyway.
By next time we do this, you're going to have a really cool icon, because I think right now with no icon, it just goes blank with the
Oh, I see. Well, on this end,
it's a learning curve. At least you see what it does when you and Howie are on here, Wednesday night, and I'm off, eating or getting a massage or whatever. It'll yeah, well, probably eating, but the that's what it'll do. It's really neat. I mean, it keys on your voice, and when Howie's talking, it goes to Howie. When you're talking, it goes to you. So it's
Nice, because I hear you great.
awesome.
Audio,
Now
yeah,
I hear you perfect. Your audio is perfect now. So
good.
whatever you did, keep it up. so, so yeah, and I was just talking about. It seems like Twitter and Facebook are stepping on this petition. Has that been your experience, Catherine?
Well, something was going on. I mean, someone completely out of our loop sent me the petition direct message. So I accessed it and it showed 600 signatures. So, I mean, I just accessed it before I sent it to you. So why would it show 600 signatures? And then when I tried to access the one that you were sending, it showed that no page found.
Yeah, 404. And I got that today. That I went back because I checked those after I posted them, and they worked.
Right.
And then 2 of them worked today because I posted it on Traffic Report 1, Traffic Report 2, and on my page or my Twitter. And 2 out of the 3 still worked by the afternoon, but I think the one that was on my personal Twitter got a 404. And then I reposted the update, our whopping 30 signatures that we added today, and those all worked. And then I got a tweet that it was one of them was getting a 404, and I went back and I tried it and it worked for me, but this person was getting a 40. So I'm pretty sure that and I can just see if you go to our Facebook page, posts about the petition are not getting the exposure that any of our other stuff was doing just a week or 2 ago. So I think somebody doesn't want this petition to be successful. That would be my guess.
Well, now I said on Twitter that I thought George Soros owned the website for the petitions. Now that could be a rumor, but I don't think that it is. It was passed around, I don't know, probably, at the heat of the elections. And but I think that's true. I think Soros does own the website for the petitions. How great is that?
I want to put one up for you. If he does, he couldn't have liked this one. let me
George Soros is one heck of a marionette. That's all I've got to say. That between he and Hillary Clinton, I mean, is there any area of any significance that they haven't touched and tainted?
Check. Can you see that?
Oh, whoa! Somebody did this.
That was on there.
What?
And God bless them, they got 156,000 signatures.
Yikes! And I didn't get to sign it. Dadgum! That is that still alive? No.
No. That was that went
September 19th.
Yeah, 2017. So it's and I have no doubt. He and I believe these. He probably owns the the website, and he could care less if there were 50 petitions on there. And and I really hate to say it, but I just don't think people are doing this. I just don't think that they're actually, you might get a retweet here and there, you might get some shares on Facebook, but
do you think that the general population, people are not responding like they ought to?
I don't think so. Well, all I have to judge for is, and we have 2,000 followers on Traffic Report 1 and 1,500 on Traffic Report 2, and these posts are getting, some of them get 20 retweets, some of them get 30, but what are you know, why are they following, the show if something as important as this, they can't retweet. I forgot I was going to do something. I was going to put out a little, a tweet that we're live. I forgot all about it. So, but we're getting there, and we're gonna just keep fighting regardless. I don't.
Right.
Ultimately, it makes me angry what you have to go through to get this information out. But it's we're not going to stop. And I told several people that I was talking with today that this is the only bright spot, and is this that Gabe and Matt brought forward, and also there's another bombshell about to drop in Hollywood, and you did watch that the preview for their interview with the young man that was raped by Bryan Singer.
No, I've not seen that.
Okay.
I've seen the Open Secret, but no, I haven't seen their promo for their.
Yeah. Check their Twitter line, and they're doing a preview for this interview, and I imagine it's an hour long or maybe longer, where this kid is naming names, and it was what they're previewing. You can see it. It's like an appeal to Bryan Singer, just to take responsibility and step forward, and but it was,
boy, that kid, he can hold his mud. That's all I'm gonna say. He's got my hat off to him and a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Because he has got. I mean, I don't know how much the audience knows, and I do not recall what his name is, but I know that he went full court press on Bryan Singer. He went to court, and before that, I mean, can I say this? He and a friend went into Bryan Singer's house and collected a lot of information that they would need to take to law enforcement.
Yeah. And
so he gathered his own evidence. I mean, he had the wherewithal to do that. I mean, my goodness. He had him dead to rights, and law enforcement, they failed him. I mean, they failed him.
Yeah. And, but, I think that's changing. And if you please go and I remember retweeting a lot of them anyway, but I think it's Gabe that runs that account, or possibly Matt. I don't know which one, but they are going after them heavily, and they're letting them know. And I believe the police are involved and are in the process of filing charges on all these individuals, and it's just a matter of time. So it's totally different. I mean, good things are happening, and that's one of them. So we support an Open Secret, totally.
Yes, absolutely. I promoted an Open Secret a long time ago. So yeah, they have a fantastic documentary on the child sexual abuse in Hollywood with their An Open Secret. That is the name of it. An Open Secret.
At An Open Secret. At Gabe Hoff, GABHOFF, at Matt, MATTVALENTINAS. Those are the three of them. So I guess you and Howie are probably going to have guests, some pretty interesting guests for the show Wednesday.
I think we do. Should I say?
Well, you can. This is
I believe that we are going to have two Anonymous come on and speak about Anonymous and what the ideology of Anonymous is, because it's not, one person or anything like that. And they want that very well known. They're, really big on that. And just, what Anonymous is doing now. Anonymous has gone through a lot of changes, and these people, they seem to know about the changes. And so let's see what Anonymous is up to these days. And then, well, I'm just thinking about the other two. Let's wait on that. Let's wait on that because I need to talk with those guys, and we need to be real clear about what we're all talking about.
Well, if whatever, and we'll be doing a promo for that specific, and it's just going to be part of this marathon. It'll be hopefully, hope you guys can do 2 hours. So, but an hour and a half would be great.
Not a problem. I'll spell you in the middle of the night. I'll get them so riled up that they'll just be primed when you get back.
Yeah, and just for a little while, so I can walk around, maybe put the chicken.
Well, honestly, John, if I can, I want to share statistics. I'm gonna go see what I can, rustle up for fresh statistics because that's a big thing that we do not have in this crisis of child sexual abuse. We don't have current statistics. So I will go and hunt for the most recent, and I'd like to throw those out there because they are alarming. Everyone should be alarmed and they should be afraid, honestly. And one of the statistics that I have known in the past is that it is more dangerous for your child to be a friend to a child molester than it is to be the child of a child molester because statistically, they will molest their child's friend before they were their own child. Statistically.
Well, I know you've come up with some amazing statistics so far, and
well, I am responsible about where I gather my statistics. I don't just grab them from you know the end of the internet. I'm responsible, you know, and so
you're a researcher. I'm kind of a researcher, not really. But
I am big on statistics. I love them because they're just a graph to help you out. That's all they are, but they're helpful. You know, they
well,
give you a jumping off point. I think.
what's so frustrating about all of this is that the FBI doesn't keep any statistics on this, you know, or very few.
I'm going to throw this out there, and I I read one account from it was an FBI agent, and she was new to the child trafficking side, and this story went around the internet a few times, so probably a lot of people have heard it. But this agent was told when she watches the videos that they collect to watch them with the sound off, and she didn't get it. Have you heard this before?
No.
Well, she was told to watch it with the sound off, and she didn't get it, and she didn't watch it with the sound off. Do you know why you watch them with the sound off?
No.
Because there is no sound. Those children don't make a sound.
Wow.
Yeah. And, I want to say this because I know this from experience. I know these FBI agents have seen the worst of the worst, but they don't say anything. And that's not right. It is not right. I don't believe in, hashing up every filthy story that there is to be told because it's just not necessary. But we do need to stop stifling these that are happening, and they are happening across our country. There are areas in our country where there are whole towns involved. You have people that will come on our show and speak about that. And it is just a sampling of what is happening in your neighborhood, folks. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
in your neighborhood
Yes.
and mine.
Yeah, and we harp. We've been harping on this. It's like this is not a city problem. It's not a small city problem. It's a small town problem. It's a village problem. It's in every area, every organization, every it's a part of the culture. I mean, it's literally become part of this culture.
Well, when statistically they know, and this is not disputed by anyone, when 1 in 4 of your female children are being harmed sexually before they are age of 18 years old, in some fashion, then what is going on? How can they know that statistic and do nothing? Because nothing is being done. I don't care, on a um, personal level from, your city or whatever, you might know of things that have happened and children that have been rescued or something like that. But overall, no, our children are being neglected. Our laws do not reflect the danger that our children are in. And so, it's alarming. It's scary. It pisses me off. And so I'm on a rant.
Well, please do. I mean, I am very angry about this, the whole situation and waiting,
Well, John,
wait.
to the petition, there was a petition going around for a while that they wanted to petition Twitter to have a pedophile, report button. Well, that petition didn't go anywhere. And for the love of God, if there should be a pedophile report button, it should be on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's pretty bad that you have to try to petition Twitter to get it. But I mean, still, here you have all these people, and I don't remember how many signatures that it got, but it wasn't that many.
No. Yeah, and I really hate to say this, but I think a lot of people are talking a good game on social media, and they're just not following through. And I hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong about that, but we'll see. If we'll see, because we're gonna be on the air for 48 hours in a row. We'll be showing videos. We'll be showing. I'm sure we'll have that part of that interview of the the full length version hasn't been released yet, but that's coming. But we'll have that. We'll have if I can get. A version of an open secret. I want to be at least
show clips of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll probably just be running some stuff up that's on and open. They have a YouTube channel, and please subscribe to their YouTube channel. And
yes,
secret, and because that documentary I think has done more than anything I can think of. To blow this issue up and get it, in the public eye. And they went from having, I think, a couple thousand, maybe 3,000 followers to around 11,000 now. And, we need to, and I think we need to focus, we need to, this is the only game in town right now. Okay. we're the petition is the only concrete thing that we can do right now. It's live. It's doable, and
well, it is, and we need this commission. We absolutely need it.
Yeah,
and maybe that's where it could start, where we could start talking about correct statistics and who's going to keep them and how everybody ought to be keeping them. There should not be one agency with letters in it that is not keeping statistics on this stuff.
Yeah. Well, the FBI, for one. I mean, that's the premier law enforcement in the entire world. Shouldn't they know everything there is to know about the worst crime that there is?
Mm-hmm.
I would think. So we're gonna have some, for lack of a better word, we're gonna have some fun with this, because it's we would get a little punchy and wacky, after we've been up for 12 to 24 to 48 hours. So this is going to be fun, and the worst thing that's going to happen is that we're going to raise awareness of this issue. We're going to get the information that Matt and Gabe have worked so hard to put a documentary together, and now this interview. We're going to focus whether what needs to be done, And if we can only come up with 10,000 signatures on this petition, boy, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And if there is some kind of hanky-panky going on with the counter on that website, we're going to find out, because
I really do feel sure that there is, because during the elections, the different petitions that were running around, we watched that, and it did stop counting signatures, at different times and stuff. So yeah, I feel sure
I got an idea. I got an idea. What I'll do, I'll say, if we get 20 signatures and then, or 30 signatures the next hour, I will wear this helmet for an hour. We can do fun stuff like that. So,
there you go.
And then what I'm going to do, if we,
that doesn't look like it would be very comfortable for a whole hour, to tell you the truth.
It's actually very comfortable. I wore this to DC, and after Howie got hit in the head with with the bottle, I said, I'm wearing my helmet to DC.
That makes my neck hurt.
It's actually the old one that I have, which I actually gave my soon-to-be son-in-law, was made of leather, and those are very heavy. But they made us give up our leather helmets, and they went to plastic, which it was a nice helmet. But these are a lot lighter, a lot more comfortable, and they gave it to me when I retired, so naturally I took it. But and I would have probably stolen it if they hadn't given it. but yeah, the old leather helmets, they were heavy. You wore them for 3 or 4 hours, on a fire, or 12 hours or whatever, and you're just like, oh God, just let me get this thing off. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. We have to. We were talking about this with a couple of people, and I think you also. This is such dark, heavy material and work and just experiences.
Right.
That yeah, we have to remain spiritually sound, which that's an effort sometimes.
Well, can I just say this?
Mm-hmm.
And Howard has seen it as well. I've literally watched people go right off their rocker from this business. Mm-hmm. And I honestly think that it was someone, maybe more than one, a handful, that were MK Ultra, that were on Twitter, and they were fighting the cause, and then something happened. And Howard and I had, one person do this test, and I don't even remember their name now, but anyway, literally just go off, go down on the deep end.
And I have seen that happen too, and I think, just the average person that, immerses themselves in this, they really don't know what they're in for. And a lot of them just walk away. And I don't have a problem with that. I really don't,
it gets to me. And like Howard will tell you that when he first started, there were times that he would call me and he'd be like, I don't know how you do this. And I said, Howard, it's conditioning, and it's sad, but it's conditioning. And, like, I'm not even shocked right now about what's happening with the petition. And typically I'm not even, moved by it that much. But honestly, this makes me really about want to cry. And so, that's,
we'll laugh, we'll cry. You'll see everything on Wednesday. And I'm excited, because it's good for what we're doing. It's good for, it'll just feel good to me, that I know that, I did what I could to make sure that the word got out on this petition, and we got as many signatures as we possibly could get. And,
right.
We've been preaching that, you need to have skin in the game. You need to, social media is not enough. It's not enough to sit there and, tweet out a couple or retweet this or, do a couple Facebook posts, and then, the other 20 hours in the day,
Right.
So,
Well, and truthfully, I haven't done what I should as far as the petition is concerned. And so, you know, I I am saying here and now, I have a fire lit under my ass. And so y'all catch the fire and let's for the next 24 hours just push like a son of a gun on Twitter and Facebook or whatever your social media of choice is, and just see what we can do. And before we get to the marathon, and then, when we get to the marathon, see what we can do with that. But,
yep,
just
yeah,
I'm talking to myself here, talking to myself. So I
yeah.
have to say, I'm sorry.
And piss some people off. Send that. You can share it in an email to
Oh,
all
Lord,
your
send me. I'm good. I'm so good at that. All I have to do is breathe, you know.
Watch, I'll show you. Let me. I'm going to show these again for somebody that may have not seen it before. Come on, screen share. Come back. Come back. Let me, hold on. Application window. All right. Wait a minute. I gotta go. All right. I don't want George Soros anymore of this. Screw him. Let's go back to the real petition. Um,
While you're doing that, I'm going to say this also, and I've said it on the show before. Whenever I open up my phone and I'm looking for a picture, I see so many. I mean, 1,000 to 1, and I have like 15,000 pictures on my phone of pictures that are gross, involving, all the garbage that Hillary Clinton's involved in, to the, one good picture that I have of God and hope and faith. And so, yeah, it gets tiresome.
I have, I have, I kept all, and I keep them, all the pictures, um, that we use for the promos in 77 shows on my phone. And it's like, God, some days I just don't really want to look in my, my iPhoto. It's all that stuff comes back, and all the memories of those shows. And it's like, ugh.
Well, when I've done research and everything, there have been things that I found that I haven't shared. And like, there's a whole set of kids, and I think they were found on Instagram, and they were advertised as actors. And there must have been close to a couple hundred kids on there, and I screenshot every dadgum one of them. Those kids, they were selling them, they were trafficking them. Every one of them had big black circles under their eyes. Oh my gosh, it was, uh, and I see them often.
Yeah.
I pray for them every time I see them.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, and I've got this up right now. And when you diligent people go to this site to sign this petition, you can share it on Facebook via that little button. See the little hand, the little Mickey Mouse hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's actually got 5 fingers, but anyway, it looks like a Mickey Mouse hand. And that little icon, that's a good one, because that bypasses Facebook censorship. It bypasses Twitter censorship over here on the right, and you can send that to all your email contacts. And I would imagine, why wouldn't you do that? You might risk somebody going, oh, or whatever. But I'm beyond that.
yeah,
Really
there you go.
Yeah,
Well, and for goodness sakes, you have your first name, your last name, and your email, and you can check whether you want to get further emails or not.
yeah,
You
yeah.
push the button and do the follow up email. I see that follow up email thing scares me, because people don't see that part. And
yeah, but all the crap that comes in your email, hopefully you'll be able to find this and utilize it, because we're flooded with that too. But hopefully you might even be able to personalize it and say, hi, it's me. Maybe you can let people know it's from somebody that they know, instead of the 20 junk emails that they get every day. But yeah, we're just gonna do everything that we possibly can, and just keep going, And we've got our new format here. I'm excited about that. It's really nice where you can just jump on here, and there's another thing that Howard is working on that we really can't talk about too much, but he's going to be going live from an undisclosed location.
Oh no. Help me, Jesus. Oh my goodness.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Does he have bodyguards to take with him?
Yeah, I tell him that, but he's indestructible. But we're we're in it for the long haul, and it's just I've said this a lot, that it's just great to be doing this with you, Catherine, and Howie, because I couldn't do it by myself. I really couldn't.
Well, I certainly appreciate the opportunity, and I certainly consider it a privilege.
No, I apologize for doing this on short notice, so you couldn't get your little picture icon up.
Well, I could have sat there and tried to decide, and I was like, no, I just kind of see if this will work, and
well, it worked.
So very good. I actually tried to put up Hillary for Gitmo as my icon, so maybe that's why it wouldn't take it, because it was a meme.
Because I've got some great Hillary memes, but I can't do your icon from this end. But I've got some memes that are right up there on my desktop. So thank you so much, and we're going to keep. Well, I talked to Jason. I'll probably go over on crowdsource for a little bit, and I might. Trish Negron's been very supportive. She's going to probably pop in during the marathon, and Jason.
That'll be great. That will be awesome.
Jason might.
I've never talked with her, so I'm looking forward to hearing her and such.
Yeah, Trish is amazing. I mean, she's just been. I mean, she was killing it, 2 years before George Webb and crowdsource. She just concentrated on Syria, a lot, and she just did some amazing work on Syria. And I mean, she could be a host at any major news outlet, or a writer, or a correspondent, or whatever. I mean, she's amazing. And Jason's done some amazing work. And George Webb, has also done amazing work. So we're gonna promo the marathon. It's like a telethon. It's like we'll have the tote board, and
there you go. We got to get a tote board.
Drum roll, please. And we have let's see,
5,042. So that's what 30 since this morning.
We got one while we were on, so I'm going to take credit for that one.
Great.
And I used to love that. I mean, and that's one of the things I miss most about the fire department, because we did, oh, come on now my Google's acting up. Well, I guess we don't get any more screen shares but that's okay. But yeah, we used to do the MDA, we'd go out with the boot and fill the boot. And then if we were on shift, or even if we weren't on shift, we'd watch the whole telethon and stay up. And, that's when we would bring our check down from our department to the studios. And Brian Nethers used to be our MDA guy, and we'd all stay up to watch him, and he'd come on and give him the check for, whatever we did.
When I was really young, they chose my father because my father had his neck broken. And in the beginning, all he could do was move his head to and fro. But he got somewhere he could get around in a wheelchair and on crutches and even drive. But they chose him as the poster person for MDA for our local area. So we got to enjoy the whole thing, like going to the studio and my dad being, part of it and everything. So it was very cool. Yeah.
So this is, this is our own little telethon, and I'm excited, and I know
CSA telethon.
Yeah, and hopefully there'll be more, and many of them. So thank you so much. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's we were all over the place today. The chicken.
Honestly, I was fixing to go to bed when you said, "Do you want to go on live for a while?" I'm
Okay.
like, "Ooh, you know."
Well, thank you, because I really don't like just being on here. It's just like blah 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 blah. It's like you're talking to yourself. So thank you, and I know you guys are going to have a great show on Wednesday, and I'll probably be there at the beginning and the end of it.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So thanks, Catherine.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
God bless.
Tell your wife I said hello.
I will. I will.
Hi, Kelly.
She'll hear you. All right. Good night, Kath.
All right. Good night.
Bye.